Welcome back to the fish room, everyone. In this video, we'll be restarting, emptying, and rescaping one of my 20-gallon long aquariums. So we actually started this like 3 months ago, and so when we jump into the video, that's around December. It's currently in March. Yeah, a lot of things have recently changed in the fish room. We got one massive thing that we've been wanting to get out of the fish room for a long time, and we finally got it out of here yesterday. And last evening, I cleaned up a bunch of stuff and I got more space, but mostly like we're expanding to more products, I guess, we're selling. But yeah, for this video, the reason why I'm actually rescaping and resetting up this tank is because near the end of summer and fall, over time, it just started to like go downhill. We had like a few rams in there. They don't live long, and so I had one or two die every month. The Bushnose plecos did great, and we ended up with that and one nice ram, German blue ram, by the way. We only had German blue rams, and I now put them in this tank down here. And it's been, both of those fish have been doing great down here, but I'll be taking it out, cleaning it, and yeah, it's gonna look completely different. With that said, let's jump right into it. All right, so my idea is to take this tank out of here, kind of unplug everything, you know, get it all out of here. The filter or the heater does not work. There's some sort of malfunction. I guess it just went out and it's just not really working anymore. They're pretty good heaters, but you know, I got a new one. So yeah, I'm gonna take this out and rescue some of the plants I want, mainly the Bacopa and Cryptocorin. I'm gonna clean down all the walls here of algae and replace, well, get all the substrate out, probably clean it. All right, here we're gonna paint this new tank first, and then the 20-gallon long aquarium tank A. And this is tank B, so I'll do the B first. All right, so I did in fact stay up pretty late last night, but now it's all ready, everything's here, and yeah, we could all set it all up. I cleaned the decorations we're gonna use. The aeration and the sponge filter comes from, well, the air pumps up there. Pretty simple stuff, that's how we have filtration. And actually, you probably shouldn't do that from a Mbuna Cichlid tank, and we're not gonna, long term. So probably right before we get the fish, we're gonna set up the tank, the filter, canister. Probably not canister, probably hang on back. So yeah, the 20-gallon tank A, the 20-gallon long tank A doesn't look too bad with the black background. And I think there are some patchy parts that did not get filled in, like right there. They did get filled in, but it drooped. But I do think it looks pretty good though, that's for sure. And this tank, I elevated the light for the escape. There's the sponge filter right there, and we got the heater. That heater I think can cover like 10 gallons. Maybe even up to 100 gallons. I think the listing said on Amazon, but I don't know. I do have different sizes, one for the 40. So I don't know, maybe that isn't for 40s, but, and then we got our sand here. And this is all our, I think it's Texas Holy Rock. My dad, I think, said it's something else, but it's pretty nice. I think this is my favorite piece right here. When I was going through here, which is where we keep it, I cleaned it last night, like late. I was looking and I was like, win after win after win. I found these nice pieces I could use. And I'm, of course, not going to use all of them. I bet I could fit all of them in there. I shouldn't just add big rocks on the substrate. I should kind of have some buried that kind of stick out. So it kind of looks nice. But everything more in this side of things, because that's just how it flows better. And keeping things back here and more deserted right here. Because, you know, we got that. We want a nice front. And maybe having a mound where the substrate is back there. Like, I don't know if they dig a lot. I think they are because, well, they're cichlids and they like to move and sift through sand, so yeah. And then in here, that's why I keep some of my extra stuff. And this is where I think the rocks I'm gonna use. These are called, I don't even know what they're called, but stuff maybe like this piece right here. But that matches, kind of matches pretty well. I might bury some of those. We found those at the beach at my grandparents', the ones that live farther away. They kind of live near some beaches, so we collected some last summer. Guys, they kind of look goofy with these on. Dude, that's already pretty good. Like, I bought 2 bags, and that's not even indented. And dude, I think we're gonna have a lot extra. We could have that full extra bag. This would look so cool. It's kind of in the corner, like right back there. You can kind of see back there. Oh yeah. Might want to add a couple more rocks just back there. It's been about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, a little more. But I just finished it. I think it looks pretty good. This is kind of a lower level. This is kind of a high level. I'm gonna show you guys it a little bit more tomorrow. But I'm gonna fill it up. I mean, you know, it's the 31st, so there's like under 4 left of the 25. So yeah, I like how these kind of center here because they're like islands. I kind of like how they scratch the surface of the upper like I figured out that I don't need an HOB yet, and hopefully I'll get right onto that after like I get these fish. And this tank seems pretty stable. It's a little bit dirty, but it's time to go to the fish store. So this is our semi-local, maybe 20, 30 minutes away in Portland, Oregon. This place is called the Wet Spot Tropical Fish. They have massive stock of tropical freshwater fish, and I pretty much always buy from them when I'm buying new fish and sometimes other things. I'm so glad that this time I really took my time and recorded a lot of the tanks. So enjoy some of the footage I took of all these fish. Got to run some tests on the parameters, maybe even ammonia, but pH, GH, KH, clean this up, and then we'll think about it there. But I think this is called detritus. I don't know, it could be off. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's like essentially worms or bacteria, something like that. It's harmless essentially, but we need to make it still more ideal, and I'm not happy that I just left it like this, so I need to improve that. I need to make this look nice and add more rocks, so it's gonna take a little bit. All right, now it's pretty much all done with scaping for now, but we got 2 giant valsenarians here and there, but that's not the main part. The main part is we actually had 2 here and 2 there. These are about medium sizes or larger in this scale. We had 4 new pieces. I had to break both of them off, so I think just 4. But yeah, I started with that. It looks so cool. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks really cool, the fact that we have it there. It kind of has, you know, ends this entire rack here with that. All right, it's been, I think, 2 or 3 days now, and everything's all settled. Aggression is minimal. All the fish seem to be doing better. It seems they're not super territorial. They're not really showing necessarily any breeding behavior as far as I've observed. And I haven't been looking at them too much, but I'm looking to get into them more. But yeah, they're definitely like a highlight tank in the fish room right now. Mostly between me and my dad because he really likes this fish, and yeah, their colors are really good. But yeah, he really got me into cichlids, or really the aquarium hobby, but I got to get back to cichlids because when I was a kid, he had some tanks with cichlids. Like, he really preferred Malawi. I like Danica probably more. Tanganyika, whatever you call it. This is Malawi. These are Malawi and Mbuna cichlids, so I like some of the most aggressive Mbunas in Lake Malawi. And they look really cool and chill, and I'm really thinking of it now, which I thought of it before, like they'd really like this setup, and I'm now thinking they really do. It just seems they're doing exactly what they want them to do. They're chill, and they're peeking out of rocks and stuff, and they're not, they're freezing and swimming around, not in an aggressive way, but they seem, yeah, this one has, this one has a spot right now. He's kind of in the center. There's two like hiding around here. That one's like hiding in the corner, or those three actually right there. And there's three over there right now, so 6. They're doing so cool. They like hiding, and I do see them in this section swimming around sometimes. Sometimes they'll be fast, you know, especially at first, but they're way more chill now. Maybe I need to adjust the conditions. I think the pH is great. I think the TDS is great. I think the Texas Holy Rock, or whatever it is, I think my dad thinks it's something similar but different. He doesn't have the name for it yet, but it's kind of old, but I cleaned it up pretty well. The tank seems to be doing great. Once I found me the time, I installed the Fluval C3 hang-on back filter. It costed me around $50 to $70 USD on Amazon, and I also left the sponge filter in there to support the bioload. Subscribe to see more content like this in the fish room, and with that, the scape is complete. Thanks for watching.